Alright. There's a non-zero chance that what we're about to experience together is going to be painful and terrible. I have dubbed this deck KCWHY because we are attempting to assemble our own KCI via Semblance Anvil and then Grinding Station and Arcbound Ravager. So that's the goal. Basically, you get a sack outlet and Semblance Anvil into play together, and then you have your own KCI, essentially. So let's play some matches and see how it goes. Omni, thanks for the Prime support. I appreciate that. Hope you're having a good one. Interested to see how the loops end up working. Yeah, we just went live at Elite. Usually we get up to like 600 to 800 for Modern in the morning, which is fine. I actually had some metrics because we did an all standard day last week, and the numbers doing all standard aren't that different than doing Modern first, just because of the way Twitch works. So doing Moto to start the day seems like it makes a lot of sense. If you're interested in playing lots and lots of Modern, then Magic Online is kind of the best way to be able to do that. You can't really match the volume of games that you're able to play in digital just playing in paper. Whether it's Moto or Arena or anything, you're always going to get to play far more games on digital platforms than you do in paper. Hey, look at that. Look at that. All the things are coming together, chat. Sweet memes are made of these. Who am I to disagree? Do 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 do. Our opponent has the better Ravager deck. Very, very good chance that the opponent has the better Ravager deck. You're not wrong. Alright, so let's make green-blue here. Alright, Semblance Anvil. I have to exile a card from my hand? Oh, I just thought we picked something. That's much worse. This is much worse than I thought it was. It's terrible. Yep. Yikes. Yikes. We have 18 lands. We're not on 14. We're on 18 lands. Their hand seems pretty slow to start. Okay. That's a free draw. Alright, that's a Walking Ballista. We're actually not that far off of a Walking Ballista kill here, right? Buried Rune back to Ichor Wellspring here. I'm gonna wait to play my lands. If we draw an Ancient Stirrings, I probably want a Yavimaya Coast. That's a Scrap Trawler. Alright, so now we start doing stuff, right? So now I sack this. And we start doing the truffle shuffle, right? That's how this works. Henceforth shall be known as the truffle shuffle. I don't have anything to get back with the Chromatic Star though, which is unfortunate. I already played a land this one. Like I could sack this. I could sack this, but like getting that back doesn't do anything. Oh, we can play Walking Ballista for free. Oh, you're super right. Current X is 127. I don't understand. Why? Current X is 127. X is 1. No, I want it to be 1. X is currently 0. No, I typed 1 in. X is currently 0. I need it to be X is... No, X is 1, right? It's not X is 2. Is it... Does Moto think it needs to be X is 2? X is currently 1. Done. Alright, so apparently, in order to cast it for 1, I have to type 2 into the thing. That's how this works. The original dad, thank you for the 11-month resub. I appreciate that. That's definitely working as intended. Alright, we drew another Scrap Trawler. Can I kill them this turn? So this deals 1, 9, 10, 11. It gets back Wellspring, 12, 13. I can only deal 13 this turn. So I guess I'm passing. I'm gonna play this out. So I have to hit adjust, and then I have to put 2 in this box. Oh, you can't see what I'm dealing with in the box here. The box is super messed up. I'll move my Tempo Storm thing next time I cast the Walking Ballista, but Moto is super confused. Oh, I could attack first. Yeah, I guess that's fair. I don't know. They don't have any interaction in their deck, so like, I think I'm fine to just do this. They could have like a Walking Ballista, but my Walking Ballista is way better than theirs. I can't play Trawler. Trawler costs 1 mana, so I couldn't cast this. Casting this was not a legal play. We're not playing this deck to take attack steps, chat. Come on now. Calm down. Calm down. Actually, let's just start pinging them. Thopterist, thanks for the 5-month resub. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. Alright, so that's a second copy of Semblance Anvil, which is actually good here because, not because we're going to imprint on it, but because we're going to sacrifice it and get back 2 things that'll then be free. So I'm gonna decline sacrificing this, or decline imprinting. I'm gonna sack this, which triggers the Scrap Trawlers to get back Ichor Wellspring and Terrarion. Mox Opal is great. Mox Opal means we actually get to start making some mana now. So now I get to sack this Ichor Wellspring. They're dead this turn. We just are gonna have to click a little bit. All right, this is a turn 5 kill. It's a turn 5 kill. It's not too shabby. Not too shabby. If it didn't take me 8 airlock, so let me move my Tempo Storm thing. So it says X is currently 127. You have to click adjust, and then you have to type 2 in here. You have to type X is 2, and now it says X is currently 1. So you have to tell it to do X is 2 for it to do X is 1. Because that's just Moto things, I guess. So now, I don't know. We're like somewhere in the middle here. We shoot them, and then we sacrifice this, and then I sacrifice a 1 mana thing, and I get back my Opal and my Walking Ballista. I feel like we've just built a much more complicated version of the opponent's deck. All right. They understand the direction in which our boat is heading. The boat is heading in the direction of them dying. All right. So they're gonna bring in a bunch of nature's claims, right? So I should bring in Welding Jar. How do I sideboard? Trash can when? Oh, there's a Sword of the Meek in this deck, so when you're playing the Walking Ballista for one of the Myr Retrievers, you get Sword of the Meek back. That's really funny. Yeah, like, I could see, like, honestly, I could see any of these 15 cards coming in. I could see any of these 15 cards coming in. It's definitely at least these 6. But then, like, how are we boarding all 15 present 75? Is it like grinding station out? I feel like I cut one of the sack outlets as filler. Just to, like, try and have something going on. I feel like we can just win with the Ravager line. Yeah, I feel like size not good enough just because, like, the opponent's deck goes real big. Modern is a format with really big swings. It's a good way to describe it, Zags. Got some good intuition if that's what you're picking up from the games. You can just, like, shave around the edges for the other stuff. Trim a Terrarion. Trim a Myr Retriever. I guess the Sword of the Meek's probably not necessary if I've got these other loops going. Trim a land. I am on the draw. I am on the draw. We could trim a land. Gosh, that's greedy. Let's do it. The old board down to 17 lands. Let's do it. Shuffle up and present. This is KCI-less KCI, or as we're gonna call it, KCY. We are undefeated. I feel like we should drop the league while we're still ahead, but for the sake of giving value to the person who paid me too much money to do this, I'm gonna continue on. Funsetti. Too bad you ruined other streamers for me. Well, thank you for the 2 months. Lucky for you, I make enough content to fill most people's lives. We're here a lot. Here quite frequently. Is Pentad Prism better than Sign? I don't think so, just because the Summoner's Egg deck has a lot of colorless lands in it, which makes Pentad Prism pretty bad. Hey, Mad She, thank you for the 12 months. I Knight the Defender of the Realm, go forth and protect us from Twitch chat. This is a mulligan, right? Yeah. All right, this is a hand of magic cards. Let's do it. Let's do it. Oh no. Oh no. How incredibly rude, opponent. Did you get the memo, opponent? This is modern. Why are you attempting to interact with me? Remember that time we boarded out a land, chat? Pepperidge Farm remembers. The Spell Weaver checking in for the 12th month in a row. I Knight the Defender of the Realm. Go forth and protect us from Twitch chat. I appreciate the support. Anvil does say non-land, which makes it suck even more. You can't imprint Darksteel Citadel. We are about to get raced by Inkmoth Nexus and Steel Overseer. Molade, thank you for the Prime support. There's a lot of great people you can chip those Bezo bucks too. Thanks for sending them my way this month. All right, well, I think we just got to start doing stuff here, unfortunately. Got a whole lot of nothing going on. Do. Hansy Hinters, thank you for the Prime support. Hope you're having a good one. Good morning, good morning. We're only mostly dead. Alright, let's mosey along to the next one. Even without the Relic of Progenitus in play there, we were just like not racing the Inkmoth and the Steel Overseer. I don't think this is a Spatial Contortion matchup. I think I'd rather have EE. I know he just flooded there a little bit, but I'm going to put the land back in on the play. See, one less card is a chance to get there. Yeah, this hand's great, right? This hand just needs a sack outlet. I guess it needs Semblance Anvil too. God, this deck is. Oh. Yeah, one modern deck per day. One Moto deck to start every morning. A Moto deck a day keeps the queue at bay. When we get closer to the next set release, I'll probably do a couple of Moto only days leading up to the new set release, so that way when the new set drops, we can do all standard for a while. But that won't be for a little bit. Like, the new set doesn't drop till like the second or third week of April, I believe. I was looking to get inspiration to play Modern. What's the opposite of inspiration? This. This is the answer. What's my current deck choice if I play a Paper Modern event? Probably, it depends. If I really want to win, probably Green-Black Elves. If I'm just going to play Modern because I'm having a good time, probably Vanifear Chord. Which we're actually going to get back to Vanifear Chord tomorrow morning, which is exciting. That's incredibly rude. Maybe I should have let on Ichor Wellspring. Maybe I should have let on Ichor Wellspring. Do I Nature's Claim Hardened Scales? Probably. Probably. What happened to Blue-Red Wizards? The deck's just too low power level. Cards like Mana Leak and Remand are just not good enough in Modern. Well, shoot. Okay, alright. So you're saying there's a chance. Take a chance on me. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Kind of looking for lands, right? And then next turn I can Engineered Explosive, blow up Engineered Explosives on 2, which is nice. Their stirrings are much cuter than ours, you're not wrong. Well, not incorrect. Do I think I want to put Myr Retriever into play before I blow up explosives? Just so I can pick back up the ooh, that's an Arcbound Ravager. Alright, so I think I'm gonna do this. And then play Chromatic Star. And then next turn I'll explosives. And then we'll blow explosives on their end of turn. And I'll pick back up Scrap Trawler. Because I kind of need my lands at the moment, Seth. Like, I don't have KCI to cheat on mana. I actually have to, like, cast my spells this game. Gray is the color of boring. Yeah, so, like, now here's the question. Do I pull the trigger on the Engineered Explosives right away? That's a good draw. If I pull the trigger on it right away, I could draw some lands, which would be nice. But then it gives them the opportunity to, like, play another Damping Sphere on their turn. I think I want the opportunity to draw lands here. And if they hit another hate piece, the Scrap Trawler alongside Arcbound Ravager will give us the ability to pick the Engineered Explosives back up, which is nice. Sweet. We hit the land. I think I just passed that. I don't really want to burn my extra Mox Opal just yet. So next turn we can Anvil, ditch Anvil. Or maybe Anvil, ditch Mox Opal, hold the extra Anvil in case they have a another Nature's Claim. Because they should have 4 claims post board, and they're, like, not playing their hand out. So I feel like there's a good chance they have more interaction hiding in their hand. Alright, so I can Anvil. Do I lead on Arcbound Ravager? I think I might actually lead on Arcbound Ravager. No, I lead on Anvil because it makes Arcbound Ravager free. And I think I imprint Opal. So that way when they Nature's claim this first Anvil... Oh, they're just Nature's claiming it now. Sure. So, do I cycle these stars now to try and hit another thing to put on here? I think that's the line. So I want this extra Mox Opal now. Alright, so... Oh, I forgot to float mana. Oh, I forgot to float mana. We're gonna die because I forgot to float mana. Well, could we have killed them otherwise? We probably would have come pretty close to killing them otherwise. I would have gotten to put this into play and then cast this, sack this, and then play Scrap Trawler. No, I don't have anything to really get going with anyway, so it doesn't really matter. They have lethal with Inkmoth. Yeah, I think so, probably. This is 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I think they have lethal with just one thing. I don't know, we'll pass and let them count. This goes to 3. So this is worth 4. And this is a 5th, 6th, 7th, 8, 9. Yeah, we're done on board. I don't think even if I floated mana and like played this, I wouldn't have any velocity to get going because I don't have any too mana artifacts in play other than Arcbound Ravager. Believe it or not, assembling multi-card KCI doesn't seem very good. Yeah, we could have left our own thing back to block. We won a game. If I'd have left a thing back to block, we might have had a shot in that last one, but probably not still. The fact that Semblance Anvil requires you to exile a thing from your hand, like this combo has like so many moving parts, like the fact that Semblance Anvil is card disadvantage to boot is like probably what puts it over the top of just not being good enough. I couldn't cast Anvil. No, and then we're just dead on board, Chucky. So like we either have to leave a blocker up or they kill us next turn. So like the punt wasn't even not tapping the Mox first. The punt was not leaving the Inkmoth up because I was dead on board. Yeah, that doesn't get me going though, Chalky. I can't actually do anything. And the Terrarion costs a mana, so that puts... Yeah, you're right, I could cast the thing, but I'm still dead on board. Like, what you're saying is a legal play, but I'm still dead on board. Yeah, so if for those of you that are popping in that are playing the waiting for video games game, this deck is really so modern as a whole is a format that's super convoluted, and this format is extra convoluted inside of that. So I wouldn't have seen any cards, Chalky. I didn't have any tools that let me draw cards. So I'm supposed to mill myself here, right? Especially because I have Scrap Trawler in my hand. So let's do this. Played a land this turn already. Go ahead and pass. So I've got a Semblance Anvil in there. We need a Myr Retriever at some point. Alright, that's a Myr Retriever. Alright, so we're going to cast this. In response to this, float a mana. Target myself, sack this. Myr Retriever is going to pick back up Semblance Anvil. Alright, do you have a counterspell? You do not appear to have a counterspell. Alright, do I start milling them at this point? I think so. Do I start milling them at this point? My Wellsprings are free, and they're going to each be mill 6s. They're going to draw me 4 cards. I need to hit a Mox Opal. You're only supposed to mill them once they're infinite. Alright, fine. This is I want to press my auto pass opt. Or maybe they have spell snare, you know, who knows. So we're looking for another Myr Retriever or a copy of... We're looking for a Myr Retriever or a Mox Opal here, so that way we can get a Scrap Trawler into play. Always yes, always yields. Yeah, Myr Retriever's Grinding Station Semblance Anvil does it, right? Right, well, they didn't have anything to do last turn, so they've only had one card draw here. Sure. So we're going to target them. Actually, before I do this, I should play Ravager, so that way if they go to kill something here. Alright, so we have them dead two different ways. So we sack this. And get back Myr Retriever number 1. And Myr Retriever number 2. Alright, so now I cast this. This untaps. Target you, sack this. Scrap Trawler gets back a thing. Myr Retriever gets back another Myr Retriever. I guess I can always yield to this one. And then this targets them, sacks this. Gets back Myr Retriever. This is so convoluted. we are officially in clicking garbage time. Nice celestial colonnades. You can ban KCI, but you can't ban artifact shenanigans. Ain't that true, Gregor? Thanks for the 12 months. I appreciate that. I make the Defender of the Realm go forth and protect us from Twitch chat. Right, I'm pretty sure this is a Karn Psi matchup. How do we feel about... We just like turn it into a Karn Psi deck and we cut Grinding Station again? Is that unreasonable? Probably need the Nature's Claims to kill Stony Silence. It's like trim around the edges. Get you in a bit, Rex. They're gonna have like Rest in Peace in their deck too. Hey, Navier, thanks for keeping me around. Thanks for shipping your Basil Bucks back this way again. So it's not a Welding Jar matchup because I don't expect them to really be destroying my artifacts. They'll either be exiling them or turning them off with Stony Silence or Rest in Peace. So you think Grinding Station's better than Arcbound Ravager? I don't think I leave all 8 sacrifices in. You're positing that Grinding Station's better than Ravager? I don't know if I believe that, just because, like, with Psi, like, Ravager represents a beatdown plan. I'm just gonna go ahead and run it like this. I mean, it kind of does, Chalky. It lets us turn all of our other artifacts into damage. So if every artifact we play is damage, it means like every random artifact represents 2 points. Yay, modern! Yay, modern! We're so good at this. We're so good at magic. We're so good at magic. So good. Truly a skilled magician. A god among men. Negate my Ichor Wellspring. Your move, Yugi boy. You got me. You got me. My Ichor Wellspring has been negated. Caught me. Oh no. Rest in peace is real annoying here. I should have cycled this last turn to play around a rest in peace. Worth noting, too, that modular gets turned off by Rest in Peace. Make a friend. You got a friend in me. Do-do-do-do. You got a friend in me. Do-do-do-do. Do-do-do. Do-do-do-do-do-do. Do-do-do. Do-do-do-do. Yeah, I don't think 4-color gates was ever good against mono blue, Jacko Girl. Man, this Karn plan seems great. We appreciate Karn for a moment here. I'm sure we're about to get Terminus, but until that happens, this seems wonderful. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Give me that sweet, sweet basic forest. Let's do it. Vendiclick. That's rude. That's rude. Before anyone says anything about leaving Inkmoth up to play around Vendiclick, they have a field of rude, so stop it. They're down to 1 card. This Arcbound Ravager and other construct might just go the distance. They're going the distance. They're going full speed. They're all alone in this time of need. They're racing and pacing and plotting the course. Do 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 do. They just field over in my Inkmoth. Alright, how about I activate this and then sacrifice it so you've Stone Range yourself? Yeah, I think I'd rather get the land than give a counter to the Arcbound Ravager, but I don't know. Maybe not. I don't know. Seems a little crazy. Smush, 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 smush. Sure. So, unless I absolutely need the mana, I'm going to avoid playing this basic forest this game. So this way, if we go to a 3rd game, my opponent might not think we have a 2nd basic. Now, it doesn't look like you've ever been timed out, Balding Itty. Maybe you unfollowed by mistake. It does say you've only been following the channel for 11 minutes. The Karn struck plan seems pretty lit. Lit AF, fam. Can unfollowed subs still chat? I have no idea. That's a good question. All right, there's Big Tef. All right, so they're dead. Yay! Well, we can only naturally conclude from here that while this deck seems terrible, it's not as bad as Blue-White Control. I'm going to run to the restroom really quick, and when I get back, we're going to slog through one or two more matches with this. Thanks for hanging out. I would just like to say that I feel vindicated about my decision to leave Arcbound Ravager in that post-board game, as opposed to Grinding Station. Are you talking about the blue set in the picture with Jake, Doctor? That's about, I think it's like 15 years old. Probably, maybe a little bit more than that. It came from some museum we went to when I was a child. Scien's missing a second land, but it's doing stuff otherwise. Ooh, this deck's probably really good against Skred. I guess Skred sometimes is main deck relics. Never Never lucky. Our poker hand's really good, though. Got 3 pair. We keep making green because we could draw nature or an ancient stirrings. Okay. Alright. Alrighty. Looks like we might do stuff and things this game, chat. Gearing up to cycle on through. Oh no! Oh no, not Blood Moon. Oh no, they played a Blood Moon, chat. No, I think because they have a braid, they could have a braid. I want to imprint engineered explosives. So that way my opponent, in case they kill this one, I have a backup. This deck generates an infinite combo via grinding station. Yeah, there's a grinding station combo in this deck. So we get to draw a bunch of cards here. You can also win via large Ravagers, but we do have an actual infinite combo in the deck. Alright, I think I'm just turning this into an Ichor Wellspring to draw 2 more. Let's go ahead, Great Bone Daddy. For the second month in a row, I appreciate that. Grab the Wellspring back. Mox Opal. Okay. Now we really want to draw a Trawler. I don't really have anything going on, right? Do I just like Anvil copy Anvil at this point? Probably. If I start dreaming about this stream, does that mean I'm watching it too much? Not at all. Not at all. Hype 2 Dev. Thanks for the 4 months. Welcome back. Alright, go. Yeah, the anvil stack. I mostly put the second anvil into play in case the first gets abraded, but they do stack. Almost omniscience. Not quite omniscience. None of those are... Huh. I can play this out for 4, and I can kill them this turn, right? Ain't I just Wellspring? Like, they have a removal spell. This is real bad. I'm just gonna take the Wellspring and go digging. Well, we like to make dreams reality here in Hoaglandia. I guess I just attack. I'm just going to go ahead and make it a good even 10 ball here. I'm splitting up my counters on these in case they play Ensnaring Bridge. I also want to make as many of these as possible big enough to avoid Skred's Lightning Bolts and Anger of the Gods. Magma Jet resolves, opponent. Of all the cards, there are 16 years worth of cards that are legal in Modern, and you've chosen to register Magma Jet. I hope you rest easy with your decision. I don't know that I'd main deck the rest in the current format. Korluski, you currently have 13 timeouts. Pia and Kieran Nalar. Wow. Way to cast Fog, opponent. Way to cast Fog. Should have taken the Walking Ballista. In defense of my opponent's mediocre modern legal cards, their Blood Moon is preventing us from using Buried Rune. So, their cards do kind of have text boxes. Yeah, people ask for timeouts here because there's a lot of people on the internet who get very upset when they get timed out. And we time people out pretty aggressively on this channel for just like lazy messages or messages that aren't constructive, which is different than a lot of other places online. Because a lot of places online, they only time people out for being blatantly offensive. Whereas here, we time people out for just like not being helpful. Alright, so I've got a Scrap Trawler here. I assume the Scrap Trawler means they're dead. But I'm not certain. Hey, Killer Caterpillar, thanks for the 4 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. You thought KCI died? Oh, my sweet summer child. KCI didn't die. It just went to live on a farm with the other degenerate modern decks. Oh, baby. Oh, baby, trawler number 2. Trawler me, daddy, trawler me. Are we having fun yet? Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Beep do 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 do. I thought I ought to yield to this stuff. That's true. Not having to click on the mana you need is just like A++. Alright, so now we get Grinding Station into play so we can mill them out. Got it? So I just need to find another Myr Retriever here. And if I find a Myr Retriever, they're dead this turn. Well, technically they're dead next turn. My opponents decided they've seen enough Song and Dance. They've seen this pony show before. All right. How interactive do we need to be? So they're playing mono red. This is Welding Jar in because they're gonna have a braids and ways to destroy our stuff. Do I want Nature's Claim? I expect Relic of Progenitus out of the opponent, and occasionally Blood Moon can be kind of annoying, so maybe that's fine as well. Just trim some of these cute fun ofs. I think I just take out the grinding station plan. Do I want the Psy plan? I think I want the Psy plan. I think I want the Psy plan. Ponza refers to land destruction in Magic, because that makes sense. Let's just be a really bad Arcbound Ravager Psy mid-range deck. Let's do it. Well, so Magic the Gathering Arena is a Magic video game. Magic Online is closer to a Magic tabletop emulator. There's no sound effects. There's no 3D effects. The big difference between the reason why we're playing this morning and every morning instead of Arena to start is because this application has a full card catalog of Magic's basically entire history. There's a small number of cards that don't exist here, but for the most part, every card in Magic is on Magic Online, whereas Arena only has the most recent sets in it. So we're currently playing a format called Modern, which if you're familiar with Hearthstone would be more similar to Hearthstone's Wild format. So there's 16 years worth of cards that are legal in Modern currently. So Arena is prettier and more popular, but I like to play a little bit of variety of Magic. So every morning we do one set of matches with one of Magic's older formats, either Legacy or Modern. And the difference between Legacy and Modern, since I brought that up, is Modern's the last 16 years worth of cards with a ban list. Legacy is all of Magic's history with a ban list. Oh no, Time Lord, I didn't mean to ignore you. Thanks for the 10 months. Welcome back. I missed it. Get to get a little carnage going on next turn. That's exciting. To set a bar that's low, Pikes, this deck so far has not been as bad as I was expecting it to be. I know that that's, for me especially, that's a low bar to skip across because I was expecting this to be really rancid, but we're actually doing kind of okay. It's kind of longer games though, so I'm not sure that we're going to play all 5 matches. We might just play 4. Arena for a casual player, 10 out of 10. Magic Online is very expensive. I guess strictly expensive. The economy's kind of clunky and awkward from the perspective of someone just coming in. Ooh, that's exciting. So let's do this. And then let's do this. And then we'll down tick Karn again and we'll attack for 8 here. Man, Karn seems way... So, like, I know we haven't drawn a side yet, but the way these games have played out, I feel like I want 4 Karns in the sideboard. Like, Karn has just been absurd in the games where we've played him. I feel like I would split the Karn in size in the other direction. It seems like it's much easier to enable Karn in this deck than it would be to enable side. Yeah, I'd play Grixis Art like Buried Alive would be a fine legacy submission. Things that play like Brainstorm and a bunch of like good disruption like Thought Seize, Cabal Therapy, Force Will, like those things. Those are fine decks. So it's possible that I should have sacrificed my star last turn, getting in 1 less point of damage. So that way, when if they ratchet bombed my things like this, I could have picked the star back. I could have picked the star back up. Probably doesn't matter either way. Wonder if Ensnaring Bridge is still in their deck. They just Lava Coil my They have Lava Coil in their deck? What? 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 I don't understand. Does not compute. Just scred things, yep. Just scred things. Wait, they gave me Psi? Why would you give me Psi? Why would you give me Psi? Why would you give me Psi? Are they dead? I think they're dead, right? Alright, excellent. Just scred things. I have another, I mean, yeah, I guess. Put 2 more artifacts into play, attack for lethal. Man, Karn is busted in this deck. More Karns, please. Karn is more than good. He's great. He makes some chunky boys. Like, this is like 4 mana, make 2 10/10s, basically. Like, that's pretty awesome. Seems really solid. I don't know that I'm convinced that these spatial contortions are necessary, but maybe you just really need them for aggro. Yeah, we're 2-1. And I think I'm pretty confident I punted the loss that we had. At the very least, I would flip the Psi Karn split in the other direction. I might honestly just try and get 4 Karns in here, though. Just like making a bunch of giant attackers post board sounds really good. Morning Link. Yeah, I keep this. We're on the draw. Let's get a little lucky. Mox Opal is live with this hand. If this wasn't a Darksteel Citadel, I'd mulligan. But because it's a Darksteel Citadel, I think it's fine. It's the map, it's the map, it's the map, it's the map, it's the map. That is good, that is good. This is one of our many live draws here, because now I get to cycle that for green and cast Ancient Storings to find a land. I get 7 looks at a land next turn. I guess that makes sense. I don't know. Karn is just so good, though. If Daddy Karn is home. Corporate Karn. Corporate Karn's about to get put into his place by Papa Karn. Alright, has to take the land here. Yeah, I don't know, Admin. It's a good question. I mean, rejection was played when KCI was legal because it hit a lot of things, right? Like it hits the Hardened Scales deck and Tron as well. I think you're definitely more worried about Stony. We beat Stony plus Rip out of blue-white control, so that was sweet. If we had a land next turn, we can Semblance Anvil and then vomit our hand onto the table. The Mike Arnold with the second month in a row. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. And by that, I mean they're going to play a Karn, and that's incredibly rude, opponent. Oh, we just cycling, huh? Every day we cycle in. Beep, 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 beep. Please cycle, rats. They saw the line. They saw the line. Looking for a land. I'm gonna concede to a double stone rain next turn. Land, Mox Opal, land, Mox Opal. Alrighty. So you're saying there's a chance. Take a chance on me. Please cast a Worm Coil Engine or an Ugin. We're ready to concede to losing 2 lands. Scale of 1 to dead, where are we at? Smells like we're pretty dead. Yay, Magic. So, for people that are newer to Magic and haven't seen much Modern, this is my opponent's 4th turn. They are casting a 10-10 for 10. That when they cast this spell, so it's a cast trigger like Krasis, they get to exile 2 target permanents. This is the 4th turn of the game. Modern is a brutal, silly format. It's a brutal, silly format. Ulamog is an excellent 4-drop. You are not wrong. Alright, so I think I'm just supposed to bring in Nature's Claims to tag Relics and Oblivion Stones. That's probably it. You could play Jason turn 4. You're not wrong. Bloodbraid Elf. Oh baby. Bloodbraid. Baby Bloodbraid. Baby Bloodbraid. Actually, the new human wouldn't even impact that. She doesn't impact creature spells. She's like Godlike King. She only stops non-creatures. Think I keep this? I don't know. The good news is if we get brutalized by Tron really quick twice, maybe we will fit in a 5th match. Tron. Alright, we're just gonna put 4 power into play and then attack 5 times. New plan. Ichor Wellspring, sign me up. JK, Ichor Wellspring Busto. Yeah, Turbo Dredge with the transformative board was sweet. I agree. KCY is an excellent deck name. Do 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 do. Beep 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 beep. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. This seems pretty hopeless at this point. Like even without their hate piece, I'm like not particularly close to popping off. Always sad when Tron is the attractive deck in a matchup, right? Alright, so we're going to play Terrarion. Sack the Mox Opal. How do I kill them through the Relic of Progenitus that's in play, Chalky? Please enlighten me. Or they do that. Okay. Alright, well, they're not dead, but they popped their interaction. Let's see what they have as a follow-up here. Where all the right things in all the right places. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. That's really funny that their artifacts trigger grinding station too. I didn't realize that. It's probably just always yes that. Oblivion Stone, sure. Alright, so we gotta make waves next turn, otherwise we lose our board. You should generally open a bunch of packs from the same set on Magic Arena to get started. Alright, so that was a really terrible draw. We really just don't have anything going on here, right? Does Buried Ruin doesn't really... I guess it, like, eventually does stuff for us. So, like, I can play Darksteel Citadel, float mana, respond to this trigger, mill myself. So now there's an Arcbound Ravager and a Terrarion in there. So, I could, like, sack the Myr Retriever and, like, pick back up 2 cards that draw cards and, like, cycle through a little bit that way. It's probably what I want to do. I just need to start generating some velocity, right? Lava Man, thanks for the Prime support. I appreciate that. Welcome, welcome. So keeping me around. We get another Trawler. Okay. Alright. Some Ancient Stirrings. Mox Opal lets me start generating mana. Is that better than just taking the Semblance Anvil? I think I take the Anvil here. You can't imprint Citadel. You can't imprint lands. So, I think I actually play the Anvil here and don't imprint anything. So this way, if my opponent blows the Oblivion Stone up, I get to pick an extra 2 back up. I think is the line. I don't have 2 mirrors. Anvil does not win. I don't have 2 mirrors, and 2 of my mirrors are exiled, so there's only 1 more in my deck. I don't have a Mox Opal. Like, Scrap Trawler. Scrap Trawler's not free with Anvil out. Scrap Trawler costs 1 mana. So, I don't have an infinite loop there, because Scrap Trawler costs 1 mana. Alright, so... we drew another thing. So we can go Myr Retriever. Respond to the untap trigger, mill myself, sack this. This gets back a Chromatic Star and the Semblance Anvil. And then I can play Are we blowing something up in response here? All right, so we're blowing up the world in response. I think that means we win. So this gets back Grinding Station, and then this gets back a Terrarion. I think we can mill them from here. Not actually sure. Let's try and let's go through some of the convoluted stuff. So we do this. We do Semblance Anvil. We exile. Hey, Majik, thanks for the 7 months. I appreciate that. And Mazer Mouse, Chicken Fraffy, welcome back. Sorry, for those of you that are newish to Modern, I need to kind of focus a second here and kind of click through. I guess we don't guaranteed have anything going here, right? Because I need another Myr Retriever. So now I do this. Draw a card. I guess I'm not really accomplishing anything here. Do I just pass? I think I just pass, actually. And just hope to get another turn. Because I can Buried Rune something back next turn. Yeah, if I hit Myr Retriever, what does that do for me though? Like what is hitting Myr Retriever accomplish? Oh, I guess if I hit the other Myr Retriever, they die, right? Because it's the combo. Because I'd have 2. Yeah, I guess I should take the draws for the Myr Retriever. That makes sense. Because Station, Anvil, double Myr Retriever does it. Okay, I should take the draws for the Myr Retriever. Looks like they have nothing. They just like skip their first main phase. I mean, they could GQ my rune last turn too, Pikes. Like, that doesn't change anything. That's not something that's really worth mentioning. You got me. Yeah, we have a real good shot to win next turn. All right, no longer have a good shot to win next turn. Alright, so we start by cycling Chromatic Stars here. It's a Scrap Trawler. Does that really accomplish anything? Am I out of anvils? I think I'm out of anvils. One, two, three. Yeah, I think we're short mana to be able to play Trawler and do anything meaningful with it. Guess we lost the anvil. Yeah, good games, opponent. I'm gonna go ahead and wrap from there. We've been going for about 90 minutes. I wanna roll along and make sure we have enough time to get to all the standard decks that we have today. This deck is weird. I feel like, honestly, and this may sound weird, but I feel like the biggest issue with this, like, assemble your own KCI is, like, on top of having so many moving pieces, the fact that this requires card disadvantage to get going seems really awkward and like an extra requirement. Like, we had a number of games today where we're playing it, we're like, well, we can't exile this Darksteel Citadel, it has to be a spell, and then, like, we exile it, and then, like, we're short spells to be able to keep going and doing something meaningful, which is really awkward. So, like, you put yourself down engine pieces in order to get your engine online, and then you... Yes. Yeah, KCI, this deck's also, and, like, if they kill your Semblance Anvil, then, like, you've gotten 2 for 1, so getting set back up is then a bigger headache as well. I would say if you're going to try and make this work, one thing that really impressed me out of the sideboard was Karn, Scion of Urza. This card absolutely dumpstered some of the postboard matchups that we played. He just puts 2 very large things into play very quickly, and then you attack them to death, because people generally don't have a ton of removal on postboard against you.